Hey, Miss Callis. Can you hear me okay? I moved the camera a little bit further away from me. Put a one if you can hear me okay. Hey, Teresa, how you doing? You're not late. I just pushed the button. So I'm really late. I know I said 7:40, but it was like 7:47. Um, it never failed. When it was time for me to come, I had to go run and use the restroom. Then I had to go get my line made. Then everything just pushed me back like 7 minutes. So hey, everybody that's coming in, welcome to G Butterfly TV. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So no, you're not late. If you're coming in, please let me know where you're watching me from. I text with AJ. Oh, you did? Okay, good, good, good. I meant to tell him I was gonna be on live. I forgot to tell him. So hopefully Brown Sugar sent him a message letting them know I'm coming on at 7:40. Hey Sandra, hey Siobhan, welcome to G Butterfly TV. Y'all put in the chat, let me know where you're watching me from. Sula Barkley, how you doing? Nelson Humphrey, Alice Persad. It looks like Brown Sugar. Can you let AJ know that I'm going live? I forgot to put it in the chat. I mean in our chat. I probably did. I got a headache, so I'm probably not even thinking straight right now. Excuse me. Trying to give him some potential. Okay, cool. I'm quite sure he appreciate that. Hey, the ending in 500. How you doing? Rome T. Hey, Harlan. Welcome, 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 everybody that's coming over to G Butterfly TV. I wasn't on here yesterday, y'all. I was out of there yesterday. When I tell y'all that I wasn't feeling good. Like today, I still have a headache that's just banging, and I know it's just allergies. You know, everything is so high in the air right now, and I couldn't yesterday. I came home, I ate, took a bath. I actually sat in my tub with Epsom salt. I said I just don't feel good. He said, thank you and raise them boys right. Girl, boys to men, boys to men. Oh, yeah, they good man of a young man. Hope you're rested up a bit. I, you know what? I don't feel 100% because I'm still congested in my head, but I don't feel as bad as I felt yesterday. I know I was asleep by 7:30 Central Standard Time. And I know I got home and inside and everything by 6. And I know I was asleep by 7:30. I just did not feel good at all yesterday. Oh man, I felt bad. And today, hey Keisha, how you doing? Alex, oh man, Queen D, SC, how y'all doing? Welcome to G Butterfly TV. I know I wanted to come on yesterday, and it's so funny because at work today I was talking to one of my employees, and I told him how because he was saying how he didn't feel real good. I said, well, I didn't really feel good yesterday either. He said, you didn't do your little live thing. That's what he called it. You didn't do your little live thing. I told him, I say, no. Oh man, I know your people be looking for you. I say, they may have been. I say, but yesterday I couldn't do it. I could not do it. Hey, Miss D, how you doing? Tight for you. Hey, how you doing? I don't. Who is tight for you? I don't know who is tight for you. I can't really see the picture on my phone because the writing is so small. But hey, you saying hey girl, so you probably know me. How you doing? Vanessa Davis, hey, welcome to G Butterfly. Martha Stallworth. You like these earrings? You know, I told y'all a lady supposed to always have earrings on. And you know I wear clips. So I have to put the adapter on to turn them into clip earrings. I just buy regular earrings, if you can kind of see. That's the part that normally would go in your ear. But since my ears aren't pierced, I have to put adapters on. And here's an adapter that changes it into a clip earring. So I thought they were really cute. I've been having these now about 4 or 5 years. And I love them. That top ball is like a light blue if you can't really see the color. But I love these earrings. You know, I told y'all lady gotta have on some earrings and lipstick, if nothing else. But I got what I think are some good topics today. What's that? SWAT? Lord jeez, I'm trying to Simply Foods. How you doing? You come over and support all the time. I appreciate that. No piercing. What's the story behind that? Well, Harlan, let me tell you the story. Brown Sugar, who in the chat, she took me to get my ears pierced when I was about 5 years old. And when I was a little bitty girl, probably 5 or 6, I guess, a little bitty keloid grew on the back of my ear, a very small one. And I just never got my ears pierced again because I get out, would have grown bigger. So when I got older, I guess I could have been a young adult. I got my ears pierced again, just a slightly over from where the first hole was. Cause like every other girl, I wanted pierced ears, and I noticed a little bitty ball. If you looked at my ears, you won't even see them now. Like a little bitty keloid grew in the back, and I was a young adult at the time, and I was terrified that I was going to grow the big keloid on my ear. So I said, forget it. I took the piercing earring out and never worried about it again. And I've been wearing pierced earrings ever since. And if I hadn't told y'all that my ears wasn't pierced, you wouldn't have known. Because I buy regular earrings, I just buy the adapters. But if I could have worn pierced earrings, I would have. But um, ever since then, I known I had keloid skin, so can't do it. I guess I could, but I run the risk of getting keloids. And I've had surgeries before, and thank God that skin didn't keloid. But I felt it was starting on my ear, and I was like, oh no, oh no. So that's how that came about. Jimmy Robinson, how you doing? Pressure applied. How you doing? Anthony ending in 60. Welcome to Gbutterfly TV. But yeah, when I became a young adult, I tried to do it again myself. Not myself, but I tried to go somewhere and have my ears pierced. And when I felt that little knot coming up, I said, "Oh no, mm-mm." And it was a wrap. As soon as my ears healed from that piercing, I immediately just went back to wearing clip-on earrings, and I've been wearing clip-ons ever since. And I find really cute clip-ons. But one thing I can say, the best invention they could have came up with is the different type of adapters that you can put on earrings, so anybody can wear earrings now. Hey, Larry Law, how you doing? Brandy, Tony Powell, how y'all doing? Welcome to Gbutterfly TV. I appreciate y'all stopping through. So that's my story. Loisy Davis, how you doing? Shakir Wright, that's my story on pierced ears. So again, we tried when I was about 5. That, and you know what? Back then, that's when you had to go get your ears pierced at the pediatrician's office. I remember my mama took me to the pediatrician to get my ears pierced. We didn't go to like one of the hey, Miss Day, happy Woman's Day. You know what it is, Woman's Day, isn't it? That's when I know I didn't go to one of those little like an earring little jewelry store where they pierce your ears now. I actually went to a pediatrician's office. I don't know why certain things just stick out in your mind from when you were a kid, but that I do remember. She was a white lady, a white physician. And I remember it was like in a how you might have a hospital here, and then it has like the professional building right next to it. We have all kind of offices, and I want to say that pediatrician had an office in one of those office in that building, and I can remember my mama taking me there, and that's why I got my ears pierced. So hey, Ricardo, how you doing? Boomer, somebody, Machete. Y'all know this motorcycle ain't been back in here in a long time. The last time he was here, he said he had been in the hospital with some thyroid issues. I hope he okay. Sassy boss chick, how you doing? I hope he all right, because he hadn't been here in a minute. So hopefully he'll come back on through. But we're not going to stay on here long. I'm going to just talk about some of these topics I had for yesterday, actually. And then before we get off of here, I'm going to give you a did you know? Because I found out something today that I did not know that happened years ago. And I was like, what? Yes. So some of y'all might know, but I'm going to save it to the end. I like messing with you. You so funny. You remember. Calm Soul Sounds. You remember me? No, who are you, Calm Soul Sound? Now, did you say something where I was getting ready to block you? Is that why you asked me, did I remember you? Tell me. Hey, Lindy, how you doing? Thank you for coming over. Hey, Crystal. Thank y'all for coming over. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Don't forget to hit the likes, y'all. Give me a few likes so TikTok can know that I'm on and they'll share me out to other people. But I'm gonna get on with my topics. Do any of you well, some of you may be on TikTok, not TikTok, hell. Some of y'all may and may not be on Instagram. But on Instagram, before Kevin, what's the man, Kevin, what was his name? Kevin Samuels. Before he got, I said, I don't see no P, no pencil, but yet you still drew my attention. We're going to let you make it just for a minute. Calm Soul Sounds. We're going to let you make it just for a minute. Only because I'm being generous a little bit today. Please don't say nothing else that's all thrown off like that. We trying to get on our topics because you call. I'm like P. What the hell? Oh, let me see. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me get my finger together. Hold on. Okay, it look like you don't have a profile picture. And if you is that a real person on there? I can't really see because it's far away. Uh, but that sounds kind of crazy. I ain't gonna block you. I'm gonna let you stay on here so you can hear some of these topics because you might have something to contribute. But again, I don't know. You must not be new because you say I don't remember you. So if you're not new, then you know what we do when people go left. We go to the left with them. We just block them. But we're not gonna do that this time. Not this time. But just let me get back to my topic. Now, I know some of you in here may remember who Kevin Samuels was. He was a man who was very strong in his beliefs about women and men in relationships and why men don't date certain type women and why women shouldn't expect certain type men. Now, there was always a debate one way or the other. A lot of people agreed with him, a lot of people did not. A lot of people thought that he was wrong. A lot of people felt like the women were wrong for calling in, knowing what type of show he ran. Now, with that being said, I brought him up just so you'll know. Do any of you just put a one in the chat if you know who Derek Jackson is from Instagram? He may be on Facebook. I don't know. I've only seen him on Instagram. Do anyone know who Derek Jackson is? Just throw a one real fast to let me know. If or two if you don't, one if you do. Know who Derek Jackson is. One if you do, two if you don't. Okay, I see some ones and yes. Okay, Harlan said he don't. That's okay. Tracy Wright does. Some more don't knows. Okay, San. Hey, San. I didn't see you pop in here. Crystal says she know who he is. Okay. Diva Bell. Hey, how you doing? Charlie. Okay. We have 45 people in the chat. A few people, I guess for whatever reason, didn't respond. But this lets me know half of you do, half of you don't. So let me tell you who Derek Jackson is. I found Derek Jackson one day. I was just scrolling through Instagram, and there was this man sitting in a car, and he caught my attention because he was talking about basically how a man should treat a woman, what men should not do when they're dating a woman or married to a woman, and how they should treat him, how the man should treat the woman, what he should and should not do, what a woman should and should not accept. And it caught my attention. I'm like, let me see what this dude talking about. So I started listening. I'm like, okay, what he's saying sounds reasonable. So I started following him just so I could hear what he had to say. So every day he kind of talked in that same vein. But the longer I listened to him, I said, oh, okay, so he pandering to women. That's why he's getting all these followers. Mind you, I think he had thousands of followers at this time. And again, I didn't look at him every single day because I don't be on Instagram every single day. But when I would go on, I guess the stuff that you like, that's what they filter back into your algorithms. So I would see Derek Jackson often, and he's not a bad looking man. He's easy on the eye. But the way he would talk on Instagram, the way he would respond, you would assume that Derek Jackson was single. So the longer I kept watching, I'm like, okay. And then, like I say, I'll be in and out of Instagram just looking. Next thing I know, I'm watching Tasha K on YouTube, and she has a story about Derek Jackson, how he was found to be cheating on his wife. Now I'm like, well, damn, I didn't even realize the man was married. So Tasha K and her crew, they went through and kind of dug, going all back through the pictures and posts and all of that. You got to have time to do all of that. Well, they found where he has a wife, but she was very homely looking. And I hope I'm not offending anybody by saying homely looking, but the way he presented himself on camera, his wife looked like the total opposite of him. You could tell he worked out, he took care of himself. And this is not to say the lady was heavyset by no means. She just looked like an opposite. Even just her face, her hairstyle, just everything. She just looked opposite of what you would assume he would have. And I know we all are wrong for assuming. Well, come to find out he was cheating on her. And then, Tasha K and her crew were able to find some pictures to show kind of homebody-ish. Yeah, they were able to find some pictures to show them together. There was very, very few. He never mentioned her on his social media. It was always it's like he had a facade to lead women to believe he was single. And maybe he felt like that was the way to gain more followers and keep their attention if they knew he was single. I don't know. Well, lo and behold, come to find out the man was married. Well, Tasha K ended up doing interviews with one, maybe two women who were actually in a relationship with him. Now, there was one lady, I think she was in Atlanta, and she was a physician. And she went into great detail of the relationship she had with him and how he kind of duped her because she didn't know at first that he was married. Now, I really can't remember because it's been about 2 years. I really can't remember if the lady said she later found out and still saw him or she cut it off. Long story short, there were ladies coming out the woodwork at this time. They were all contacting Tasha K. They wanted to do an interview talking about how low down he was and how he was just unfaithful to the wife. Him and the wife, after Tasha K came up with all this information, I guess he wanted to do damage control. So Derek Jackson and his wife did like a little they did a little Instagram live, I guess that's what you would call it. And him and the wife was sitting there. And she looked like she was ready to go to war the way she was dressed. And he was dressed like his regular self. And basically, she went along with everything he said and they was going to stay united. And there's nothing wrong with that. If a couple is married and they choose to stay married, that's their choice, regardless of what they have going on in the background. If they choose to remain married and work that thing out, hey, more power to them. Well, lo and behold, time rocked on, rocked on. And they had 2, 3 kids, maybe. Time stuff rocked on, and then other stuff was popping up. He's still fooling with this one. Okay, fooling with that one. Then you'll see him back with the wife. They posting again. Next thing you know, he fooling around some more. So it kind of kept going back and forth, back and forth. And lo and behold, the wife got angry. And maybe y'all have heard about this. That lady, the wife name is Danae Jackson. If anybody heard about a lady who was posting online and was saying that she was wishing all these curses on people because how she loved her husband and she was gonna work it out and she wished kids die. She was just saying a lot of ugly things, but she was saying that because she felt like people were going against her and her husband. Well, I say all that to just kind of paint a picture of what was going on with them. But lo and behold, why he didn't file for divorce from his wife. Now she done went through all that rigmarole, all that mess on social media, and that man still filed for divorce from her. So now I wonder, how does she feel? I'm quite sure she has to feel bad. She has to. Because she put a long post. Y'all, hold on. I told y'all I still don't feel 100%. Now, her name is Danae Jackson. Y'all can go find her on Instagram. She put a post, looked like it was long as a CVS receipt, on Instagram talking about them breaking up. He filed for divorce. And she's pretty much saying that she worshiped him like he was a god. And she should have been worshiping God instead of her husband, and how she put her husband before everything, and yada, 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 yada. And she's just going to have to go back to God for her strength and healing in this time to deal with the loss of her marriage because they have children together. All those things. But can you imagine what that lady must feel like just to be publicly humiliated by her husband? And I mean, that doctor who was dating him, she went into all details when she talked to Tasha K about, excuse me, when she talked to Tasha K about what her and Derek Jackson had been doing. And again, you can go to Tasha K page right now and go and find it. And you can go back about 2 years because everything seemed to start coming to the surface about 2 years ago with Derek Jackson. And now he's filed for divorce. Just maybe a month or two ago, somebody was posting pictures of him in Miami with a woman and they were at some kind of event in Miami. And the lady had on like a little bikini. He had his hands all on the lady, but all kind of stuff going on. Excuse me. Thank y'all for the roses. And so it appears, and I don't know this to be a fact, I'm just saying what it looks like, that he never stopped cheating on that woman. So why is this your topic? C job 52 AOL calm. What do you mean? So why is this your topic? I don't understand. It's my topic because it's my channel. I mean, I don't really know what other uh, answer you were expecting. See job 52 AOL com with no profile picture. I don't know what other response you thought you were going to get by asking me that question. Because when you put so in the front, it's like it's a little irritation. So why is this your topic? Because it's my channel. Now, you have two options. Your first one could be to click right on off and go to the next live that I'm sure that's available to you on TikTok. Or the next one can be to just listen to what I got to say. Those are your only two options. Because if you say something else that seems like it's a little bit out of pocket, we're just going to block you. You won't be able to say anything anyway. So it's your choice. You pick what you want to do. And thank you, Miss Callis, telling them bye. There's a lot of people who could be going through what this lady is going through. So I'm just telling y'all what happened with the woman. This is actually popular news right now. Popular news right now. If you look at those kind of stories on Instagram. And since I saw the story, I'm like, some of my people may have seen it, but I wanted to talk about it because that lady, when I tell you she stood 10 toes down with her husband when all of this cheating allegation first came out, and when she did her little video with her husband, they were sitting side by side. She had on a beret. She had on look like some military pants, like boots or whatever. She looked like she's ready to go to war while she was talking about staying with her husband. She looked like she's ready to go to war. So for her to do that, stand beside her husband and say that she was going to work it out, and to have her husband continually cheat on her. And this is a well-known man because he has followers everywhere on all platforms. He may be here on TikTok. I don't know. He may be because I don't follow him like that, but I know the story. And for her to stand behind him and then to have him to continue to publicly humiliate her. Not only that, if he's having sex with either other women, he could possibly be putting her at some type of risk. I don't know, but could be. And then for him to turn around, continue to cheat, and then just file for divorce. And this lady has been humiliated by him. So just imagine what this woman is going through. She cussed every word that came out of everyone's mouth. Yes, cursed. You sure right. She cursed kids. I mean, she cursed people's kids. She said she hoped they have to deal with famine and everything else. She was irritated with anybody who said anything about her and her husband. And if somebody believed in hoodoo and voodoo and all that, with all that stuff she was talking, they may have been scared. Oh, this woman cursed me, because that's how strong she was in what she was saying. Mm-hmm. Yes, she did. Who's that? Beverly. I can only say Beverly Haley. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome for coming over. But yeah, let me see some of these comments really quick before we go on to the next topic. Sounds like he outgrew her. You know what? It may not have been out. He may not have outgrown her. He could have been a cheater all along. And she was so. You would have to look at some of her posts and listen to how she was talking. It sounds like she's one of those women who is so focused on being in the Word of God and in church that everything outside in the world she's oblivious to. And unfortunately, her husband was still out there in the world, but he led her to believe he lived a certain life. So she was probably still trying to live a holy life, a righteous life, and walking with the word. And he was just worldly, but she was so focused like this that she couldn't see that nigga cheating like that. You know what I mean? Because she was just like this with blinders on. And he just took advantage of that. He really did. And like I say, when you look at them, you know how you can look at a couple and you can say, okay, so they kind of match. I can see them together. I get it. There are some couples that one look like the East and one look like the West. I got that. But there are most couples you can look at them and say, okay, I can see them together. When you look at him and his wife, they look like worlds apart. And he could have found him a very plain church woman. And from my understanding, he kind of started off in the church too. But I think when he started working out and got all these muscles and got real popular through social media, he may have changed to fit that persona that he was putting out there. I don't know. But they finna get a divorce. The divorce he filed. We'll see if they're gonna go through with it. Let me see. Hey, from Dallas, how you doing? I'm kind of going back up some of these. Tracy Rice said, classy lady, thank you. Lindy laughed my butt off. Who's that? Mary, somebody say, boop. Bob, you don't look, Michelle, I had to crack up when you say Bob, you don't like the topic. I ain't seen him come back with nothing, so he probably gone on to somebody else's page. Yeah, he probably gone. Let me see. She mad because everybody else but him, what he was doing. Uh, who are we talking about? Sounds very sad. Who is that? I'm trying to see the name. Gaithing. I think that's how you pronounce it. And if I'm saying it wrong, please forgive me. I don't know if you've ever heard of Derek Jackson. He's real popular on Instagram. He normally gives relationship advice, but he kind of just panders to women, and that's who he has a huge following with women through, I think, possibly Facebook too, but I know for a fact on Instagram. But wasn't she a plain Jane? Yes, she looked very, 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 very plain Jane. And I think that's how he started out too. And I think he maybe just kind of changed his persona to match who he became on social media. And let me see somebody else say, she's a holy roller. That's what some people may call her. They don't match. Okay, yeah. Hey, James Battle, how you doing? Okay. And he's cheated on her a lot, and she stood behind him. I'm still talking to Guy that she stood behind him, or I say beside him, 10 toes down, and say that was her husband. They was gonna work it out. She loved him. They had a family, and he said the same thing too. But he continued to do what he was doing. He continued to do all of the stuff he was doing outside his marriage, and so now he's filed for divorce from her. And she put a long post on Instagram. Her name is Danaia, Danaia Jackson. If you want to go find her on Instagram, you can look at the long post. I told you as long as a CVS receipt. So you can go read her long post about him filing for divorce. So I thought it was just a very sad situation because it just shows how sometimes women can kind of overlook those things. Not all of them, because but some women overlook infidelity and all those things and just stick with them. And it's just unfortunate to see that this young lady did. She has, not babies, but she has small kids. And I'm sure he led her to believe he was going to do the right thing. He was going to stop doing whatever it was he was doing that she found out about. And that he was going to be the husband that she thought he was, to turn around and still do what he was doing. And I just thought that was very unfortunate for her. Let's see. It said for Crystal, did she look better or worse, Harlan? Oh, at E Crystal, what did it say? He asking Crystal a question. What Crystal say? She didn't look like that when they first got together. So do you think from just being in her church that she kind of changed to become more wholesome looking? Because I know the pictures I saw, she really did look jazzy, if you know what I mean. She looked very, very plain. And not to say that the lady was unattractive, because she's not an unattractive young lady, but she was just kind of very plainly dressed. Y'all, I'm gonna get it together. I just, it's just all this allergens in the air. It's bad. Cheaper to keep them. Now he gonna have to get up off that social media change. Maybe it was more worldly, but she wasn't ever really fashionable. Okay. I know all the pictures I saw because they went back, and like I say, they were showing pictures from all through her Instagram and her social media, and she was just very plain. And I know what I consider jazzy to somebody who's a high-end fashion model might think is plain Jane. You know what I mean? So that's subjective, but I think I know what fashion look like a little bit. Old lady dressing. Some would say because she was a younger woman, but if you look at her, you would think she's probably 15, 20 years older than probably what she really is. But I just felt bad for the lady. So I was like, wow, let me talk to my people and see if they've heard of this story. And hopefully, she can get it together. But yeah, I just want to throw that little topic out there. That's why I wrote it on a small little piece of paper before I left out my office. I said, let me write this down so I don't forget about it. And don't forget, by the time we get ready to get off, I got a digit no. But let me get on a couple of these topics because I got quite a few. We're gonna go through them pretty quick. Now, y'all tell me what y'all think about this. Because when I heard this story, I said, something don't sound right. Two men were shot shortly after 11 p.m. This Central Standard Time. 11 p.m. Central Standard Time in the 8700 block of Tilham Street after noticing they were being followed. The men were coming home from Home Depot and noticed a white vehicle was behind them. Someone in the white vehicle started shooting at them. When the men drove home, the men in the white vehicle followed them and continued to shoot. One man was shot in the arm and the other was shot twice in the back. One is in stable condition and the other is in critical condition. The suspects are reported to be 3 black men in a white vehicle. HPD is asking if you have if you know anything, to please call 713-222-TIPS. Now, the reason this story stuck out to me, I'm like, well, wait a minute, hell. Home Depot ain't open that late, so that sounded like that was a lie. Now, to my recollection, Home Depot closed about 8:30, maybe 9 o'clock, if that late. So, were they at Home Depot in another state if they got home at 11 o'clock? Talking about coming from Home Depot? I say that sounds like a whole lot of lies. And how is it two people just following you from Home Depot and shoot up your car while you're in your driveway? They close at 10 Central Standard Time. I didn't know Home Depot stayed. I don't know no Home Depot that stay open that late. 10 in Cali. Okay, I don't know if Home Depot stay. I don't know if Home Depot stay open till 10 o'clock here. I'm gonna have to check. Brown Sugar, can you check and tell me what? Oh, but can you check and tell me what time Home Depot close? 10 o'clock sound real, real late, and I still think it sound fishy because Houston is a big city, very big city, but we got Home Depots everywhere. So you can get to a Home Depot probably in 20 minutes from wherever you stay. I was a contractor. They do stay open late. I don't know. I'm for the Brown Sugar for the check. Okay, Sandra say 9 o'clock. Beverly said it's open till 10 in Dallas, 10 in DC. Sandra say 8:30, 9 o'clock. Callie say 9 o'clock. But it still sounds fishy because if the people was following you from Home Depot, they followed you home. Don't you think they would take what you was getting from Home Depot? Don't you think you were getting robbed? But how is it they just start shooting at you, follow you home, and then continue shooting at you? It's something more to that story. Y'all don't think it sounds like it's something more to that story? Or is it just me? Do I watch too much, what is it, SVU, Law and Order? They were customers. And they say nothing about them being employees. They didn't say nothing about employees because I believe if they were employees, when they put it on the news website, they would have said employees of Home Depot were shot coming home from work. But they say these were two people just leaving Home Depot. That's all they said. So it sounded a little suspect to me. I say, no, something more gonna come out to this. So I just want to know what y'all think. Do it sound like it's a little suspect, or do it sound like it could be the real deal? Y'all let me know. The Gbutterfly, I want to know. It sounds like it's a little bit more to that story. Sundays, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, other days. Okay, thank you, Jack in the Bush. You must be new over here. I haven't heard that name. Jack in the Bush, that's cute. They close at 9. All right, Brown Sugar. If you say they close at 9, I'm going to take your word on that. That's who be checking stuff for me, y'all. We could be riding in the car. I be like, Mama, see what that is. That's a new store. See what they sell. So she be checking for me. So if they close at 9 o'clock, believe me, we have Home Depots everywhere. From Home Depot to Home Depot, you can get there at least 25 minutes to the next Home Depot from wherever you are. I would say you can drive, and within like 25 minutes, you should be at the next Home Depot. So that just sounds real suspect to me. Because now we hear that they close at 9 o'clock, but they said you coming home from Home Depot at 11. No, them dudes who got shot, I think they telling the police a little side story so they don't tell a real story. No telling what is going on. Yeah, that sounded a little suspect to me. I'm like, hey, A, what is that? A quick one, okay? How you doing? Welcome to Gbutterfly TV. How y'all doing? So I just want to see what y'all think about that. We're going to go on. Y'all, hold on 1 second. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I'm back. Oh wait, damn, I left the light on. Hold on. You know how when you grew up, be like, you leave out the room, cut the light off. So I don't want no lights on if I ain't in there. All right, and you know what? There's a story I wanted to tell y'all about. I was supposed to do my quick Houston news yesterday because I do a quick Houston news that I post on YouTube and TikTok. But again, I didn't feel like it yesterday, so I didn't do it. But there was a story that y'all tell me, who do you think should have charges brought against them? This happened here, if not in Houston, one of these little suburbs. This story happened in one of the suburbs, but this from my quick Houston news. But y'all tell me, who should have charges filed against them? Listen at this. A 6-year-old Houston girl was shot twice after an apparent fight between middle school girls. The incident took place outside of a home on Cypress Wood Green Drive. It is being reported that the fight stemmed from an altercation at school. One of the girls was driven to the home on Cypress Wood Green Drive after school to continue the argument. A woman inside of the home came out with a gun and fired warning shots in the air. People began to scatter, and she fired 2 more shots, at which time the 6-year-old girl was hit, who was inside of the car, according to Fox 26 News. The woman was arrested and charged with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. I found a couple of issues with that story. Now, it is not unusual for middle school kids to have a fight. Elementary school kids fight, high school kids fight. That's just a part of what they do as they grow up. Kids sometimes fight at school. We get that. Y'all, this throat and kids do that. I took issue with the adult. Now, one child, I'm assuming, caught the bus or walked home, or her parents picked her up and took her home. I took offense with the woman who picked up her child from school and drove her child to somebody else's house to continue to fight. Now, the lady who lived in the house, I can see why she would want to come out and possibly defend her middle school child or grandchild, niece, nephew, whoever. She was an adult in the house. She came out possibly to defend this child because now she's outside getting ready to fight, or maybe just to diffuse the situation. Then she chose to come out with guns and shooting in the air. So number one, you committing a crime by shooting in the air. They start scattering. You shoot 2 more times. You hit a 6-year-old kid in the back of the car who brought the child around there. So now the woman in the house getting arrested for shooting a girl in the car. Now, ain't no telling them bullets that went in the air. Ain't no telling where those bullets went. They came down. They could have possibly hit somebody else. So she might need to wait around because she could get charged with something else. But my question is, do you think that woman who brought that child around there to continue the fight should also be charged with the accessory to that child getting shot? What do y'all think? Beverly she already knew what I was thinking because she said the same thing I was thinking. She's saying yes. Oh, wait a minute. Who is Blue Strip Bankroll? Nava X Blue Strip Bankroll. Keep Money runs out now. YouTube. Are you advertising a song? What is that? Hey, Leah. Everybody saying yes. Maybe child endangerment, but definitely charged with something. Wouldn't you agree, Harlan? And I'm thinking, as an adult, what are you thinking to take your child to somebody else's house to continue a fight she had at school? So that let me know you like to scrap in the streets too. Whoever this person was who drove her around now, they like to scrap too. So that meant she didn't mind taking this child in an environment that she probably knew nothing about. Obviously, they didn't know that this lady was gonna come out pow pow pow. They didn't know she was gonna come out with that because I don't think she would have taken the child around now. But that lets me know that she didn't even think this thing out, and she was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go, and I'm gonna just take you around now. Now you finish fighting. Now do whatever it is you're gonna do." But she put herself in harm's way, this child in harm's way. Now, they didn't say who the child, the 6-year-old child, they didn't even say who she belonged to. She could have just been getting a ride home from school. She could be a niece. She can be a neighbor. But now she didn't got hit twice because whoever this woman was used very bad decision making and took a child to go continue fighting. Now, the two middle school kids, now the one who lived there may not get in any trouble. But what if they filed charges on the one who came to her house to assault her? So now you got her record because she using bad decision making. I say, what's wrong with these people? Judge Judy used to say, but not for your actions, we wouldn't be here. Mm-hmm. Another lady took her two daughters, both were killed. What? I ain't hear nothing about that. Well, what happened at in Dallas? Beverly, did that happen in Dallas? And I'm saying Dallas. I saw you say something about Dallas. Oh, you saying yes. Oh my goodness. I may have to go look. Was it recent? What did that happen at? I may have to go look that up and see what the details was on that one. That's sad though. That's sad because that's just bad decision making and you putting other people's lives in danger because you want to act a fool or that you think it's okay to be in public acting a fool. Because by her taking her around there, that's telling that little girl it's okay for you to trespass. It's okay for you to go and assault people. It's okay for you to act a whole donkey while you're in public. That's exactly what those three things quickly, she just taught that little girl. But I bet that little girl will think twice now. Excuse me. Let me see. Sorry. Out here, Wild Wild West. Oh, yeah, it is. I'm telling you, people just do not have any regard for anybody's life anymore. It's bad. It's bad. So when I saw that story, I say, what in the whole hell is going on? I do believe that charges should have been filed on that woman coming out, just shooting out our house like that. Now that was wrong. But that woman who brought that girl, she need to get some of that too. She need to get whatever they fit to give that lady. She need to get some of that too. If not everything, because she wasn't shooting, but she needs to get something, especially when it pertains to that 6-year-old kid that got shot. They don't take don't take your kids to altercation. Right. Why would you do that? That's stupid. I couldn't understand that. Nah, let me go back. Let me see. Now, a 7-foot alligator was removed from a home in Buda, Texas. Texas is so damn big. I mean, I never heard of Buda. Anybody ever heard of Buda, Texas? Buda? I never heard of Buda, Texas, and I've been here 54 years. 53, almost 54. I say Buda, where is that? But yeah, a 7-foot alligator was removed from a home in Buda, Texas by the Texas game warden and zoo staff. The woman has raised the alligator as a pet. The woman took the alligator eggs, all of the hatchling, from the zoo 20 years ago. She put it in her pocket and took off. She raised the alligator in her backyard. The Texas game warden wants everyone to know that alligators are not pets. Texas law prevents anyone from taking, selling, or possessing an alligator, alligator eggs, or any part of the alligator without a permit. She was given the opportunity to try and obtain the permit once it was determined that she had the alligator. However, when she couldn't, the alligator was given back to the zoo, its rightful owner. What is it with these people taking these damn animals from the zoo? And you mean to tell me, now this lady, let's just say, I'm going to just say, the woman lived in the house in the same house for 20 years. Because they say she been raising it in her backyard. Oh, they said near Houston? Really? I'm going to have to look that up. I'm in Houston. I live in Houston and never heard of Buddha. I'm going to look that up. Nah, this is my thing. I'm going to say the woman lived in her house for 20 years. Now, since I've never heard of Buddha, Texas, I'm going to assume. Well, let me change my way of thinking. Let me change it. Because in my mind, I'm thinking if you've lived in the same house for 20 years and you got a damn alligator in the backyard, somebody then saw your alligator back there and then called on you in a 20-year period. I'm assuming. But since this is a place that I have never heard of, Buda, Texas, and I'm gonna look and I'm gonna see what the population is. It could be one of those places where it's a kind of country town. This house is right here. Then you got houses, several, like acres down. Okay, that's the next house. Then some more acres down. That's the next house. and we don't visit each other, and maybe that's how I can keep my alligator unknown to my neighbors, or have 8, 10 feet wooden fence. So maybe, but I'm like, how what she feed that thing? People better check see if they dogs and whatnot then came up missing around her. Cause what is she feeding a 7 foot alligator? I would have been called. I know that's right. I would have called too. Population 100. What I tell y'all? Small country town. I'm telling you, I ain't never heard of Buddha. Oh, they feed them chickens. Dang it, I gotta hold my head just to cough because it hurt. Missing person. Oh Lord, don't say that. But that's a thought. You never know. You never ever know. Some for 20 years. Now, what kind of defect did that alligator have? He was only 7 feet in 20 years. Don't them things grow real big? Hmm. I got a phone call. Good night. Who is that? All right. We see you the next time. Thank you for stopping through, saying. I think it's a sinus congestion because my head really hurts. My throat is a little scratchy. Because you know, sometimes you have sinus and it kind of drains down the back of your throat, so your throat gets scratchy, but my head is really hurting. I'm telling y'all, I cannot wait to click this live off. Because you know, this is my hair. I just have it wrapped in a bun. But I got a elastic band, to hold my hair up. I can't wait to take these 3 bobby pins off. Y'all see? So that means I got 2 left. I can't wait to take these other 2 bobby pins off that's holding my little bun together and take this elastic band off because it feel like it's adding on to my hair. Is not tight by no means, but just knowing that it's on my head, it just seems like it's adding to my headache. But it's just because I'm so congested. What's the upside to having a pet alligator? I don't know. It eat people that you don't want at your house. I guess that's all I can think. Is the bobby pins that's can is the bobby pin? No, my bobby pins are not. They just like barely holding. Cause my hair, I can just wrap it around and just barely put a bobby pin and hold it right there. So the bobby pins aren't tight. The rubber bands aren't tight. It's just because it's all pulled up on top of my head. I think everything is irritating me right now. I can't think of any upside. 7 feet is big, right? That's about 2 feet taller than me. Well, not 2 feet, because I'm not that short. I'm not 5 foot tall. I'm about 5'7", but still. Advil PM deal. Oh, you trying to make me fall asleep. Noah and Jonah are the same right now in the morning. The sinus drain is causing them a headache. Yeah, it's just the head be so congested. I had to do some nose spray when I came home from work. I said, okay, let me do the nose spray to open this up. And maybe that'll kind of open up the passage and it won't be so congested. But it's been like this since Sunday. I said if I don't feel better tomorrow, I might see if I can't get into the doctor's office, to see if I can at least do a video visit to see if they can do something. Because this is too much. It's too much. Stay home. No, you know what? When I had I like to save my PTO for when I go on vacation, and I usually have a lot of PTO. Now, my son got married in October, and I took days off because he did a destination wedding, so I was going then. And then around Christmas time, I got sick with I had an upper respiratory infection. That was like a week off that I wasn't planning on. And then when I had this wreck, that threw me off. I hadn't had no time scheduled off, but when I had the wreck, I was off for a little while. So that ate into my PTO. Now, I still got some, but I'm going on vacation again and I want to build up my time. I don't like to just have no PTO because anything can come up and I need to still get paid. So I try not to just burn up my PTO. And for something like this, I can still go to work. I mean, I'm in my office by myself. There's nobody else in my office. It's just me. Only time somebody come in and they have to come in and say something to me and then they go right back out. So I have to really be sick not to go to work. I mean, really, really be sick not to go to work. But to feel like this, I'm okay. I can go to work. You're a trooper. When I get those, I'm in the bed. Pollen floating around in the air. That's what it is. It's all just the allergens out in the air, just throwing me all off. Throwing me all off. But yeah, this lady got an alligator. I'm like, what? In Buddha, a population of 100. I wonder what is the age range of the people there. I wonder how many young people are trying to stay in Buda, Texas. I wonder if the population is more older people. Because usually when you have populations that uh they're gonna be older people, or they're gonna be maybe middle-aged people. But I can't see young, especially in this day and age. If you get say 20-year-olds to 35 years old, they're probably not going to stay in small towns like that. Not with the exposure they have from social media, from TV. I'm quite sure they would want to go out and venture out and see the world a little bit more because of what they've seen in their devices on TV and things like that. I bet there's a lot of older people who stay there. It's right outside Austin. It's like a mix, really. Green stuff all on my truck allergy. Yeah, I had like that yellow fuzz or whatever it is. I need to get my truck washed now. I started to ride it through the car wash Saturday. I believe it was Saturday, but shit, that car wash line was so long. I said, who know this truck stay dirty another day? I was not fit to sit and wait on that. Mm-mm. Take some Benadryl. I have some Benadryl. Hey, Muff Dad, welcome, welcome. How you doing? You didn't roll in here on us. All right, we're going on to the next topic. Let's see. Um, Callie, you was telling me about Bun B Poncho. He got it back. I saw on the news. Bun B was the headline, I want to say, at the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo last Friday night. And while he was there, he said that someone took his custom made poncho that he collaborated with a fashion designer named Luke Cosby. He created it and it has the big UGK thing on the front. Somehow that poncho came up missing on Friday, and he was willing to pay $1,000 to get his poncho back. He ended up getting it back, but he didn't have to pay any money. They didn't go into any great detail who had it, how he got it. None of that was disclosed, but he got it back and didn't have to pay anything. What I didn't see that, oh, I'm glad he got his poncho back. Yeah, he got it back. Uh-huh, he got it back. So when I saw that, I thought about, I said, okay, they said he lost it, but all right, I'm gonna say that one for later. Okay, now let me tell y'all this, because I thought this was really sad. And the reason I'm going back to this story, because today on my actual stuff I had for today was the follow up to this story. But I'm like, hell, I ain't get a chance to do this one. 13-year-old Houston twins are feared drowned in Galveston, per Beach Patrol Chief Peter Davis. Both children were in the water near 25th Street. Relatives called 911 Sunday at 5:30 p. after searching for hours for the twins. The Jesse Tree Survivor Support Network is providing emotional support and resources to the family. And I wanted to go ahead and say that piece of it because this was just on Sunday. Well, on yesterday, one of the 13-year-old twins washed up in Galveston. And let me tell you what happened with that one. Yeah, one of the two 13-year-old twins suspected of drowning after swimming in the Gulf of Mexico off the Galveston beach has been found. His brother is still not accounted for. His body washed up at 28th Street, and four people walking down the beach saw the body and pulled it out of the water, and they called 911. I say, can you imagine how that mother must be feeling to lose both of her children at one time? And they were probably just down there on a family vacation and they found one of them. I say that's so sad. And I saw a picture of the twins. They looked like they were identical twins. They didn't look fraternal. But just to imagine both of them came in at one time and both died. Well, if they haven't found that other twin, and here it is Wednesday, and they just found his brother Tuesday, it's almost certain that the other young man has died as well. I say, and that's so sad. Every now and then, at least once a year, you hear of somebody dying off of the in the Galveston beach. But they have signs everywhere telling you where not to swim. If the current is doing this, I mean, there's a lot of signage out there telling you what to and not to do. And both of the little boys, they were 13 years old. Both of the boys could not swim, allegedly, and it's alleged that they were standing up in chest high water. Why would you allow your children to go out that far in the water? Number one, they couldn't swim. The signs tell you where not to go. And why would you let them go out in chest deep water? I mean, though, you could just step wrong in the sand and go under. And if the current, if you can't swim, you're gonna panic. And when I heard all of that, I said, "Oh my God, I can't imagine what that mother must be thinking and feeling, knowing that both of her children drowned on the same day." That's awful. Those rip currents are something serious. Yes, they are. You can't play around with that water at all. You really can't. And I say, I thought that was so, just so sad for everybody who's involved, because who really wants to see a child's body wash up? Nobody wants to see that. Nobody wants to. And then not only that, and this may sound a little gruesome, but hey, it's facts. Both of the little boys, now the longer they stay out there, the longer they're gonna become bloated, and sea life might start eating on them. So can you imagine how the mother must feel thinking about those type of things? I say, oh my God, my heart goes out to that mama to lose both of her boys like that. And they were just doing something, having a good time. You don't even have to be far out to get caught up. That's true. You don't. You don't. But I really wish they find this little boy more sooner than later. We'll find a brother because one of them has washed up. But I really wish they find the other brother sooner than later. Why this piece of hair getting on my nerve because it's poking out to the side? Can y'all see this? And maybe it's me because I be looking close in the camera talking. But why this little piece of hair that's poking out right here on the side is just bothering me? Can y'all see that? This piece of hair, I'm just sitting here. I'm like, why is that piece of hair sticking off and getting on my nerves? Yeah, I got sidetracked just because that piece of hair was sticking out. All right, back to the regular scheduled programming. We all should leave here before our children. Yeah, that's what you would think would happen, but it's not always the case. You know, I'm quite sure there are a lot of stories where people can tell you that's definitely not the case, that they've had to, um, funeralize their children. It's just what happens sometimes. And they say, "Hey, Alan Jeter, how you doing? Ricardo, how you doing? Thank y'all for stopping through." But yeah, that's really sad. All right, hold on. I got another piece of paper with some other story. I'll tell you, I wrote down some stuff. How many of y'all have issues loaning money to your family and friends? Any of y'all have issues loaning money to your family and friends? I don't see no answers coming through yet. Okay, Harlan say he don't have a problem loaning. Oh, let me see. Lindy said she don't loan, no ask. I don't loan it. I just let them have it. Okay. I'm unemployed and they still ask me, oh wow, not a good policy. Okay, Alan said not a good policy. Lawrence Priester, how you doing? And the cat say no. Hello, how are you tonight? Mr. Butch Hamilton, I'm good. How you doing? Mr. Butch Hamilton, I think you've been over here before. I'm good. How you been? Some names I tend to remember. Uh, I don't know why your name sounds familiar. Loans make you fall out with people. Yeah, that's true. And they always say, don't loan out what you cannot afford to lose. I heard a lady online today, and she was just saying how it's just so, um, it's not, basically, she was just saying it's not a good idea to loan money to your friends and your family because that's a friendship you can possibly lose by loaning if they don't pay you back. Hey, Divaness Kisses, how you doing? One thing, okay. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live. We just been chit chatting over here about a few titles. I mean, a few topics. So I don't. Nobody really don't ask me to borrow any money. I have two adult sons, and like any young adults, sometime they'll say, "Mama, can you let me borrow like $100 just till tomorrow? I give it back to you tomorrow. I give it back to you Friday. I give it back." So that's about. I guess that's about as much loaning as I do. They'll call, "Mama, can you give me so and so?" And I give it right back to you. And I'm like, "Okay." But I really don't. Nobody don't really ask me. You are right. Don't lend what you can't afford to lose. That's right. Because if they decide not to pay you back, you stuck like Chuck. Stuck like Chuck. So I was just wondering what y'all thought about that. When she was saying, I said, let me see what my people think. Now this would be a good topic because I'm quite sure you all will have a response for this. In a relationship, what are your do's and don'ts? Like, what is it that's just you cannot do this while you with me in a relationship, or this is something that you must do while you with me in a relationship? What are your do's and don'ts? Hey Rob, Ron B, how you doing? Welcome to Gbutterfly TV. I appreciate you stopping over today. Don't lie to me. Okay, Alan, you said a don't is don't lie. I know that's right. Don't lie to me. Tell me the hard truth. Tell me the hard truth and let me decide what I want to do with it. Do not embarrass me and do communicate. Okay. Don't embarrass me. Don't be cutting the fool in public, Crystal. That's what you mean. Don't be dropping food everywhere. Watch what you're doing when you fixing stuff. Let me see. I let them borrow, but if they don't pay back when they come again, I say take it from what you owe. I know that's right, Muff Dad. Now I'm a firm believer. If you say you're gonna give it back, I expect my money back when you say you're gonna give it back. Now that's me. I expect it back when you say you're gonna give it back. You must have all night. Wait, you must have all night for those answers. Oh, you mean do's and don'ts? Say what you mean what you say, keep your word. Yeah, keeping your word is a big one. You want people that are going to keep their word, that you can depend on. What they say, you can depend on that. So, yeah, that's a good one. But, yeah, don't lie to me. It's just something about grown people lying. Just my thing is do not lie. Tell the truth and let me decide what I want to do with it. Now, it might not be what you want me to do with it, but at least give me the option to choose based on the truth and not a lie. Let me see. We got 20 people in the chat and only about 3, 4 people then responded. He said something date night and expect me to pick the place. Date night and expect me to pick. He said something. Date night, expect me to pick the place. Is that a do and a don't? I'm lost on that one. Oh, he sets up something for date night and expect me to pick the place. Okay, that's not a bad thing. Is that a do or is that a don't? Hey, user ending in 661. How you doing? Welcome to Gbutterfly TV. Y'all, thanks for liking a lot. Oh, we up to almost 7,000 likes. Y'all fingers gonna be like this because y'all been tapping, man. I appreciate it. Okay. Anybody else? Hey, ending in, ooh, that went fast. I couldn't even get that one out. Let me see. Do communicate clearly. Yeah, he never have an idea. He puts it on me. Okay, so he says, okay, we going out on a date, but you pick where we want to go. That's not a bad thing. At least he's, making time to say, hey, this is the day we finna go on our date tonight. And he could be saying, you know what? I just want to spend time with you. I don't care where we go and what we do as long as I'm doing it with you. So maybe that's what he's saying. Let's see. Now, it's so much to do between where y'all at and all the way to Austin. There's plenty that y'all can do. All the way to Dallas, y'all could just have a whole weekend of just dates. Marcus One, how you doing? Welcome. Well, Willie, or what's that? Well, Millie. Don't lie. I know that's right, Comfort. Don't lie. You're about the third, fourth person. Have to have a sense of humor. Even as kisses, I'm telling you, I want somebody who make me laugh, a good hearty laugh while I feel it in my stomach. Because I have a good hard country loud laugh. And I want somebody who can make me laugh, laugh, laugh. It's just something. And I think because at work I have to be serious and I have to be focused. And so a lot of times at work, people think, ooh, she mean. Some of them think I'm mean. I'm really not. And the people who work directly for me be telling them, hey, she is not mean. You just got to get to know her. She expect you to do your work. Bottom line. And I guess because I have to stay so focused and have to do what I'm doing at work, I may not smile a lot only because when I'm focused and I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm just grinding, keeping it going until it's time for me to go home. Excuse me. But I love to laugh. I'm telling you, I'm so different away from work than I am here. And I love to laugh, 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 laugh. So if I can date somebody who can make me laugh, that's a plus because you really must be doing something to make me laugh. But I love to laugh. Let me see. I used to think you was mean. Really? Not at all. Nah, people tell you, oh, she don't play. Let me see. Free R. Kelly banned TikTok. Who? Terry Tuck, what you talking about? Don't lie. Lindy say I do too. Okay. I feel you on that. Same said about me. Oh, that you like mean and don't play? Divinous kisses, that's what you mean and when you say I feel that they think the same about me. You mean they think you mean and that you don't play? I'll have you cracking up. I'm a comedic. I love to laugh. When I tell you, I just love to laugh and have a good time. But I just know it's a place for everything, and I'm real focused when I'm at work. Now, with the people that I work the closest with, I have three people who report directly to me, and 35 other people who report to them. So technically, all of those people report to me, but they don't work as closely with me as the three people who report to me. The three people who work to me know that I'm just outgoing. I love to laugh. I'm cool, cool, cool. But they work with me and they've been working with me for a while. So they know me. But the ones who report to them, they only see me from my office or they may see me in the hall pass and we chit chat just a little bit, but they don't know me. They see the serious boss. So, but no, at work, they used to always think I was so mean. I'm telling you, I used to have a name when I worked in this other building. There were several men who worked in that building. They used to call me the Ice Queen because I ain't talk to them. I speak. I'm always very cordial and I'm always nice to everybody. And especially if you don't work in my department, just because where I work and some of the stuff I see, I know what they really doing. And I just don't buy into all it. I'll be like, hey, how y'all doing? And I keep it moving. All right, y'all have a good day. And I keep it moving. And they used to call me the Ice Queen. And it's so funny because they would tell somebody else and that person would come in the office and say, man, they think you the Ice Queen because they say you shoot them down. You don't give them no time of day. Nope, sure don't. I be nice and speaking. That's it. That is it. And it's so funny. I don't know why that name always stick in my head because I be cracking up because they say the Ice Queen. You know why? Because on here, you see the real me. This is the real me. Now, I'm my real self at work, but when I'm at work, I'm about work because that's my income to take care of my life and my family and to do what I have to do. So I actually take it serious. I talk to everybody I see. I speak all day long in the hall. I smile. I'm very uh cordial with everybody. Hey, how you doing? All right. Take care of yourself. How's this family? How's that? I talk, but that's it. I don't let you really get in. Especially if I don't really have to work with you, but I'm just seeing you. Because I'm just going to work to do my job because my life is outside of work. So a lot of those people don't really, really know me. What you see here is the real me. You are freeing up for some reason. What do you? Oh, freezing up. Oh no, that's your phone, Muff Dad. Anybody else have? Am I freezing up on anybody else? They say I'm mean, but I'm truly not. Can I get a ride? No, I think I think people take professionalism and no nonsense as being mean, and I don't. Let me see, not here. See, Muff Dad. I'm not freezing up no way except on your phone. You might want to cut it off and come right back in. That might help you out. Yeah, see, everybody say I'm okay. Everybody say I'm okay. And who was that? Even his kids say work is a different zone. Yeah, when I'm at work, I'm in straight work zone. Because I need to make sure that I'm on point and 100% while I'm at work every single day. And I've been like that since I started working when I was a teenager. I've always just been real focused when it came to work because I knew my work is what was going to take care of me. So I've always been that way. Always. Business is business. Yep. Not yeah. See, my phone not freezing up either. I think it's you, Muff Dad. Go on, log out and log back in. Hey, Noel, how you doing? Okay, let me keep on, because I have just a few more, and then I'm gonna give y'all my did you know? Let's see. Albuterol, which is a common asthma drug, is now in short supply. One of the last major manufacturers in the U.S. is shutting down its operations. It has been on the U.S. Food and Drug Administration shortage list since last fall. In February, the Illinois-based pharmaceutical company operating in Akron is called Operating Company, abruptly closed all of their operations. Hundreds of workers were laid off. The Illinois factory was licensed to make liquid albuterol, which is used in hospitals for nebulizers that turn liquid medicine into mist so it can easily be inhaled. With this closure, there is only one remaining U.S. supplier of liquid albuterol. So, do y'all know what that means? The price of albuterol is getting ready to go through the roof. If there's only one manufacturer and you have demand coming from all across the country, that price getting ready to go up. So, if your copay was just, I don't know, $3 for a prescription albuterol, if they don't open up any more plants, I'll bet you that three gonna turn to six, because now they're gonna be free to up the cost, up the charge a little bit. Supply and demand, basic supply and demand. I bet you that albuterol is getting ready to go up, but it's just so unfortunate. I mean, the good in that is that that particular plant that's still open is going to have more demand. So that means more people in that area may be able to get a job at that plant. Let's say now they only work one or two shifts. Now they may be able to expand to three shifts, and that's more employees that they're going to have to hire. So that's a plus. The drawback is the cost may go up, or they may have to start getting the medicine for other countries. And in other countries, is this medication regulated like it is down here? So those are some of the things that you're going to have to worry about. Better buy stock in albuterol. This is terrible for asthmatics. Yes, it is. When I read, that's why it caught my attention. I said, oh my God, so many people rely on that. And nowadays, and back when I was younger, like I say, I'll be 54 this month. But back when I was younger, you really didn't hear about people having asthma. Oh, they got a cold or something like that. You didn't hear a lot about asthma, but it seemed like once I started having children, then you heard more about now asthma is so prevalent. Everybody has asthma. Everybody got to have a breathing thing. It was so much going on with that. And I'm like, man, that's a lot. And just what about the little babies who got to get the little nebulizers? You see kids going to the emergency room and you see them sitting up there with the whole thing across their face, damn, they're big as their whole face, where they sitting there breathing because they have, the asthma constriction or whatever in their chest. And I'm like, if there's a shortage on that kind of medicine, America need to be working on a plan right now. Let's just say, heaven forbid, that something happened at that particular manufacturing company and they can't make it. What's going to happen with all of the Americans that rely on that medication in the hospital? I say they better put a plan together. They better put a plan together and quick. Hey Griffin, how you doing? And also, did y'all know that Amazon Ghost stores are closing April 1st in cities from coast to coast permanently? The stores that will close are in Seattle, New York, and San Francisco. But Amazon is working with the affected employees to see if they can get them to fill roles in the other companies. Now, anybody in here, do y'all have any of those Amazon Gold stores in your city? I don't think we have one in here in Houston. And if we do, I don't know where it is. Anybody know if we got an Amazon Gold store anywhere around here? Amazon Go, they say some of the items that you can find online, you can go right into some of the stores, the Amazon Go stores, and find it there. It's like going into Walmart, but it's an Amazon, and it's the stuff that you can find in online. I didn't think it was one in our area. Deep in this because you out on you north, right? Because I'm out south, and I know we don't have nothing like that around here. Because if so, I would have been in there. Are you saying gold or ghost? I'm saying Go, Go, Amazon Go, Go. That's the name of it, Amazon Go. And it's a store that has excuse me, Amazon products like a Walmart or so. You can just go right into that store if you're a Prime member. Now, if I'm not, excuse me, if I'm not mistaken, I think you have to be a Prime member to actually go into those stores and shop. But they say they were closing them. I'm like, okay. So at least they are trying to work with the customers. I mean, with the employees who. Okay, so you kind of midtown. Okay, I was just wondering if you were out north. I wonder if they have one out north. You know, and I'm gonna ask a couple of my coworkers who live out north. Have they ever seen an Amazon Go store? Because Houston is such a big city. I would think that that would be a store they would have, and they would probably get a lot of business from Prime customers. I'm sure they got a lot of Prime customers right here in Houston and the surrounding suburbs. So I would think that they would do that. Now, this is another huge story that's going on right now about the four Americans who went over to Mexico and were kidnapped in Matamoros. Three men and one woman. They were traveling in a van from South Carolina when they were kidnapped. It's been reported that one of the passengers was going to Mexico to have an abdominoplasty, which is a tummy tuck. They entered into Matamoros through Brownsville and allegedly got caught between crossfire of rival cartel groups. Now, that's what they were saying just yesterday when I looked up this information. It's been reported that two of the kidnapped Americans are dead and the others are wounded. A Mexican woman was also caught in the crossfire, but she didn't make it. Mexico's president, Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador, complained that U.S. media coverage of the missing Americans sensationalized the story. He said when a Mexican is killed in America, he says the media machine just goes silent. The FBI at the time was offering $50,000 for the abducted for their return. So that means the FBI said each one of those people was worth $12,500. First of all, let's start off with what do y'all think about that amount? All of a sudden, in 2 days, here come the FBI. We'll give you $50,000 to get them back. Now that was already suspect to me, because in 2 days, the FBI saying we gonna give you money to get them back. That sounds very suspect to me. Just my opinion. What y'all think about that? What you think about the FBI coming out so fast? And also, what do you think about the FBI saying well, each one of those black people worth $12,500? Tell me what you think about that. Hey, everybody that's coming in to Gbutterfly TV, welcome, welcome, welcome. Let us know where you're watching us from. What do you think about the FBI jumping in quick? And what do you think about the $12,500 per person? Tell me that. It's a crazy story. I don't care. I don't know what to believe. Yeah, live a little bit. Some different stuff is coming out every day. Let's see. Nael Creations, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. How did they come up with that cheap number? That's the same thing I was wondering because the FBI came out like 2 days later. We'll give you 50,000 and we can get them back. Let me see. I heard they were mistaken for Haitian drug lords. Okay. I heard something about some Haitians too. Uh Dylan DV. What is that? What a price to pay for a tummy tuck. Oh yeah, she almost paid with her life. But now everything I'm getting ready to say now is alleged because I don't know it to be a fact, but this is just what I heard while I was, scanning through social media. That something came out from the doctor's office to say the people never even had anything scheduled. I read they have a bounty on the guy cartel. Forget his name. They know, like I know, they better leave that cartel alone. They better leave that alone. They say that over there in Matamoros, they say that that's like a major drug cartel territory over there. Now, I was thinking, now the car, from my understanding, the white van then already got shot up. That van has already been shot up. And I don't know why, and y'all probably think I'm weird. Why when they say they were in a white van, this was on Sunday. Brown, you can kind of come through Houston and go down I-10 to get to San Antonio to go down that way toward Brownsville. Why that story about the people at Home Depot say that somebody in a did they say white car or white truck was chasing them, shot them up, and kept going? I was like, I don't know why those two just stuck in my head. I don't know. Probably have absolutely nothing to do. But they were coming from San Antonio, from South Carolina. But my thought was, if you're in South Carolina, why you coming all the way this way, going through Brown? That means you came through Texas, going all the way through Brownsville, down to Brownsville, to get to Mexico to get a tummy tuck when you didn't pass all kind of places. And I just did not believe they were going for no tummy tuck because most of the time, three dudes not gonna go with a woman to go get some plastic surgery. That from when I first heard that, I'm like, that sounds suspect to me. What y'all think about that? Cheap price, possibly. Yeah, it sounds like a front. I was thinking, what three guys gonna go with a lady to go get a tummy tuck? So you mean to tell me you didn't took off your job for the next week or so to go with your homegirl to go get a tummy tuck? Most guys just not gonna do that. That's not their thing. Now you might be able to get your cousin, your sister, your homegirl, your mama to say, "Oh, can you come with me down to Mexico for the next 5 days? I'm gonna get a tummy tuck, and I'm gonna need you to drive me back." Now that to me is a believable story. But you got three guys going with you. You make good points, and also if they really a black thing, is that really a black thing? What, a tummy tuck, Harlan? Sounds suspicious. Are you saying is a tummy tuck a black thing? Maybe they was getting some work too. I don't know. They ain't say nothing about that. They said that they were going to support her. That's what I read, that they were going to support her. Is that a black thing? What, in Mexico? Now, one thing I did read that they were saying that a lot of people go to Mexico to go get tummy tucks, but they say they go to Tijuana, not to Matamoros. Matamoros is big cartel, drug cartel area. You have to take time to heal before traveling. Oh, I'm assuming you probably got to wait a good 2 3 weeks, a month before you can really travel. Because getting a tummy tuck, and yes, I had a tummy tuck in 21. You're not trying to take no long rides until you feel more comfortable. Even when I started driving after 2 weeks when I went back to work, my back was still very sore. So I can't imagine a few days after getting in a car riding from Mexico all the way back to South Carolina. That just don't sound right. And if you were getting a tummy tuck, you would have done all of your research. You would have been looking at all the do's and don'ts, how to take care of yourself, how, your healing time and all that. You would have to do all of that. That's why I say, some of that don't sound right. Cosmetic surgery is super cheap there. Dental work too. Now, I have one of my employees. He won't get no dental work in America. He's a Hispanic man. Anytime him or his kids need dental work, they put a shoot on go to Mexico. That's the only place he take his kids to go get their dental work. No aftercare place was scheduled either. Okay, so they had no aftercare schedule. And then the doctor's office came through. This is alleged that they didn't even have a surgery schedule. Now, did anybody see her mama do that interview? And it looked like the interview was done with Dawn Lemons. I'm not certain if that was him because I caught like a quick glance at it. I think that was him, but the mama was sitting on a couch who looked like three kids doing some kind of interview, and she was saying that she had talked to the daughter. Did anybody in the chat see the interview with the mama? The mama of the young lady who said she was going to get the procedure done. Okay, it was Dawn. Okay, I thought that was him. Okay, so it was Dawn. Okay, so two people say they haven't seen it. Two people say it was Dawn, so they probably saw it. Did y'all see what that mama looked like? Now this is my thing, and I guess I've always taken pride in how I look and keeping myself up, and just always being mindful of how I present myself when I step outside my door. If I knew that I'm telling y'all, just to come sit here and talk to y'all see I put lipstick and earrings on, just to sit in front of this camera to talk to y'all about everything and nothing. If I know that a major TV source, media source, is getting ready to do an interview with me, I'm gonna put myself together. I saw her, didn't listen to what was being said. I'm gonna put myself together. Now, I ain't saying I'm gonna put on a prom dress, but I'm gonna put myself together. When I looked at that mama, I said, something don't look right. That was a mess. Now I don't even want to say nothing negative about the lady, but y'all go find it online and look at it for yourself. I said, it was dark. The video was dark, but some still didn't look right with that video. I don't know if the mom was nervous or didn't know how to talk or was just that's how she talked. But I say, I just think people need to just take a little bit more pride in how you present yourself. And maybe that's not a thing for everybody. Maybe it's that kind of stuff is just not that important to everybody like it is for me. And it's not with me, it's not how other people think of me. It's how I choose to present myself if I just go outside. I don't even want to go outside my driveway, outside my front door, or for any length of time. Now, I might open up the garage and go run and get something out of my truck, and I might have my pajamas on. But if I'm getting ready to go somewhere, I'm always very particular about how I look, how I fix myself up, because it's for me, it's how I want to present, not about how other people think. People should take pride in their appearance. They should 100% of the time. That's my thought. That's how I was taught. That's how I was taught, and that's how I taught my sons. And sometimes, now they grown men, and there are times when they may not look like I would like them to look, and I'll be like, why you didn't fix that up? Why you didn't do this? And sometimes I have to catch myself because I have to remember they are grown men, and I know what I instilled in them. And so sometimes I have to just step back because as adults, they're going to choose to do what they want to do, but I know what I put in them. But yeah. Now this story, it just sounds fishy to me. And I don't know if more is going to come out. And I just thought it was so unfortunate that those four people went and, two of the gentlemen passed away. Now, when I was talking to my coworker about it yesterday, and I told him, I said, I think it's Matamoros. And he was like, man, he was like, boss, what they going over there for? That's straight drug cartel area. I said, I know, that's what I read. He said, well, it'll be all in the newspaper. And he said, in Mexico, they're not soft like they are over here in America. He said, here in America, they're going to sugarcoat everything and make everything peaches and cream. They're not going to show you any pictures. He said, in Mexico, they don't play. If you land on the ground after a truck that ran over you and your head twisted, they're going to put you in the newspaper just like that. He said they show it raw and uncut in the news over there and in the newspaper. Lo and behold, some lady today on TikTok, I don't know who she was. She was African American young lady. She said she lived in Mexico. Um, she actually showed the front two pages of the newspaper, and lo and behold, their white truck was right there, all mashed up, and them two dead bodies was right there. It was a mess, and I was like, "Damn, he just told me that yesterday that they don't care." He said, "In Mexico, they don't play that trying to hide and sugarcoat. They give it to you on the front page, just like it happened. You got it from your mama, who got it from her mama. Yep, yep, yep. Juarez 100, don't go. Juarez. Oh, Juarez 2. I'm sorry. He told me, I'm struggling. Oh, don't go to Juarez, Mexico? I've never even heard of Juarez. Is it in the same area with Matamoros? They say that they went the wrong way. Now, how they go to, supposedly somebody said that she said she was lost, which she may have been. Like I say, I'm just an outsider looking in, and it just don't sound right. And I wonder if some more gonna come, if something else gonna come up with this. I really hope the lady was going to get a tummy tuck. I really do. Now I don't know how true this is, so I'm gonna say allegedly. But I read somewhere to say that the lady had 6 kids, and she already had a BBL, the bilateral butt lift. She already had that, but she wanted to go get a tummy tuck. It's possible. But did she go to Matamoros to go get the BBL? Well, why no appointment scheduled though? See, that's what I was thinking. The doctor's office is saying that they had nothing scheduled for this woman. Now, let's look at it from all angles. Is it possible? Is it possible that the people who worked in a doctor's office could be in cahoots with the cartel and say, hey, we got some Americans coming over here. They supposed to be coming for an appointment, but hey, this is our opportunity to do A, B, and C. And that's why there was no schedule, nothing on the schedule. Possibly. I'm just thinking maybe she paid under the table. Well, when it comes to cosmetic surgery, none of them take insurance, so everything is just a straight payment. There's no insurance that'll pay for cosmetic surgery unless you in like some tragic accident and have to have some type of reconstructive surgery, that's a little different. It's not considered cosmetics at that point. Uh, no other insurance is going to pay for it. So to places like that, I guess you don't even have to pay under the table. You're just paying cash. There's only one surgeon in Matamoros. Oh, really? That do tummy tucks? I wonder, is it that doctor's office that they say she was going to? Fighting. Mm, what's that say? Hey, Red Carver T, how you doing? But I just thought that was a very interesting story, and I do believe more is going to come out little by little. Some more is going to start coming out. I'm just glad, it was unfortunate those two people lost their lives going over there to do whatever it is they were doing. But I am glad that two of them came back, that they were able to get the ladies, especially the young lady that came home, because she had six kids. Can you imagine the six kids thinking their mom is going out of town and she never returns? That would be so traumatic for those kids. So I'm really glad she was able to come home to her kids. And the other two, it's just sad that they went out of town and they won't be able to go home to whoever their family members were. Gotta go. Y'all have a good night. All right, Linda, you have a good night too. We see you later. Thanks for always stopping through. Hey, Dara Adams, how you doing? Robert Flower, how you doing? So, but now, y'all, we've been on here for an hour and a half. Y'all know I don't try to be on here that long. This is my did you know little segment. Did you know? Now, how many of you are familiar with Houston, University of Houston here in Houston, Texas? And if you're around my age or a little bit younger, you probably remember Hakeem Olajuwon, a member of Phi Slamma Jamma, the basketball team here at U of H. You remember, okay, Phi Slamma Jamma, Hakeem Olajuwon. I know if you like sports and you like basketball, you know who Hakeem Olajuwon is. He was a beast on the court. Yeah, he was a beast on the court. And this was back in probably the 80s, early 90s, before he became a superstar on the Houston Rockets. So a lot of y'all are saying, yes, y'all know who Hakeem Olajuwon is. Did y'all know that when he was 30 something years old, he married an 18-year-old? He was in his 30s and he married an 18-year-old. And because of their religious background, even in his 30s, his parents still negotiated the marriage. They never met, never talked to each other or anything prior to them getting married. It was an arranged marriage and he was in his 30s. She was 18 years old, but he said that she was, even though she was only 18, she was educated in her religion and had a lot of knowledge. And to my knowledge, they still married. They ended up having, because he already had one child, a daughter, when he was in college. And then he married her in his 30s, and they have two sons. Josh, is it Josh? Both boys' names start with a J, and they're very close. Like one alphabet is different in their name. Both of the boys, they were born in either Jordan or Jerusalem. His two children, his two sons with her. I think he has a daughter and then two sons. I think they had four kids together. And the two sons, I want to say Joshua and Joseph. It's very, very close. The names are so similar. If you take off one alphabet, it's the same name. Now, both of those boys were either born in Jordan or Jerusalem, and then they played soccer. They were very, very good soccer players. And he tried to get them to start playing basketball. But once he saw that they uh, started liking basketball and he saw their skill set, he said, hey, I need to take them back to the States because they could potentially go on to be college players and pro players. He brought them back. They moved back to Houston. And the two boys, either they're still in school here in Houston or maybe the one has graduated and went on to college now or something along those lines. And Both of them, to my knowledge, on what I was reading up on today, they both are very good in basketball. Now, this is another did you know? His oldest daughter that he had when he was in college, I think that she stayed here just a little while, but then her mother moved to California, and the mother is some type of lawyer, entertainment law or something like that. So she was there, but she went on to the university, no, Oklahoma, the Sooners. She went to play basketball for the Sooners, and then she played in the WNBA, I think, for 3 years, and now she's an assistant coach with one of the teams in the WNBA. And her last name is Elijah One. I can't remember what her first name is. Abby, I think it's Abby, ABI. If her name is not Abby, his wife's name is Abby, or something very close to that. But his daughter is an assistant coach with the WNBA. But he married an 18-year-old in his 30s. And I think they're still married. What do y'all think about that? Did anybody know? I found that out today and I was like, what? And I think she was Muslim, and I can only assume that he's Muslim as well. But that was an arranged marriage. He didn't know her, hadn't talked to her or anything, and they got married. What in the world would a 30 something year old man have in common with an 18-year-old girl? Hard to say. Interesting. I didn't know. I didn't know either until today. 18 and 30 something years old. See, everybody then ran back on that old story on Moses, not Moses Malone. What's his name? Carl Malone. You know how he was in his 20s and got that 13-year-old girl pregnant. Everybody on that story, but I say today, I guess they don't know about old Hakeem Olajuwon. Didn't know that. Interesting, but it's in his culture. Oh, it may be, maybe I had never heard of that. And when I heard this story today, I was like, wow, 18. I can't imagine what that union had to be like when they first had to be together. When I say to be together, I don't mean like sexually. I mean just had to be together in the house. Like, what you have nothing in? I can't see a 18-year-old having nothing in common with a 30-something-year-old. He had to buy school clothes. No, I think it was soon as she graduated. She was 18. That's when they got married. That's a child. Exactly. 18. Even though in the eyes of the law, she's an adult, that is still a child, especially to a 30 something year old. Now, check this out. She only 10 years older than his daughter. How do you feel about playing the dominant role? Would you ever date a submissive guy? Nope. I think men are supposed to be leaders, and if you submissive and I have to be dominant over you, I'm gonna feel like you're a wuss and a punk and ain't gonna deal with you anyway. At least she was of age. Some people sell their daughters off much earlier than that. Oh, I agree. That's what I'm saying. In the eyes of the law, she was grown. But in the eyes of society, that's like a baby. A 30 something year old man, I would look at them like a perv. I think legal age should be raised to 21. At least he can take care of her. Yeah, he can take care of her, but that's like your daddy laying down with you. Ugh. Mm-mm. But like I say, cultures are very different. Religious beliefs are different. So I respect all of those things. But I'm just looking at it from just a societal eye. I'm just looking at it. Wow. I feel the same way. Let me see. At least, okay. Who's that person who asked that random question that wasn't even on our food boy? Oh, see, there go one. Another one with no face or no profile picture who asked that random question. And I've never heard of this foot boy or food boy. I've never heard of him before, so he just popped in. But I hope I answered this question. Hot girls, hot girl Scott, how you doing? Oh, L hot girl, L Scott. Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Gbutterfly TV. You didn't came in, and when we getting ready to go out, we've been on since 7:40 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'm trying to think. I don't think I have nothing else that was on my list to talk about tonight. I just thank y'all all for coming over here to Gbutterfly TV and engaging with me a little bit on these topics. Thank you so much for sharing out the video. Those of you that did. I'm getting ready to try to do something about this throat. Who is that? We Rock Stones. Okay, We Rock Stones. How you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Headed over to get my dose of temp. I got him on. Look, I don't even know how that happened. Divinous Kisses. I want you to look at that. You see who you see on pause? I was looking at him laying to what are you talking about? Oh, he was laying into Lamar Whitehead. So I got him on pause. As soon as I cut this off, I'm gonna push that back on play. He cracks me up. I love to watch him go in on Whitehead and Wilson. So whenever I see him going, and Kimberell, when he go in on those three, I gotta watch his show. He's hilarious. Thank you, Harlan. I hope I feel better too, because I feel my throat just getting all scratchy. But let me get on out of here. Thank y'all so much for coming over to Gbutterfly. I'll probably be back tomorrow with a few more topics. And hopefully I'm feeling a lot better. And I'll talk to y'all later. Don't drink and drive. Bye.